We'll go on 3.
How many claps?
As in 1, 2,
3.
and then go.
How many claps?
1.
Yeah.
1, 2.
As in kind of like a beigey, lighty, beigey, brownie type thing. He's lying.
It gets to that rev limiter quick. We're doing some miles an hour.
I'm late for work and my fuel light has just come on, so I'm going to be even later for work.
In this video, everyone, it's episode 11, and I don't know how we've got to episode 11, but it's episode 11. We are going to pick, for me, because I'm the car person, if you're new to the channel, I bring the car element, my learned
Or
friend.
if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's episode 11 3/4.
In this particular video, we're going to talk about what's for sale at the time of filming that's cost less than £5,000 each. So it's not like a £5,000 for 5. £5,000 each. What would be the top 5 cars I would buy? What would be the top 5 bikes Ack would buy if someone landed him 25k basically, and you had 5k each to spend on? What would you get? So I think Ack wants me to start because he wants to knock what I've purchased on what I would like to purchase.
Oh, undoubtedly.
So we're going to push on with, the first one is obvious, and it's a well-worn phrase, but if you're a petrol head at some point, you've got to own an Alpha. So I'm going to own an unreliable one. An Alfa
they're all
Romeo,
unreliable.
not the new ones, Alfa Romeo 156.
So
it's on screen now.
Yeah.
I like this one because
Was that the kind of squarey, longy type, rectangular, longy type thing?
it's not red though. It's green. This one has got tan interior. It's a leather tan interior.
As in kind of like a beigey, lighty, beigey, brownie type thing. Is that what you mean by tan?
I can see why they called it tan. Can you just imagine opening a brochure and it saying, what did you just describe it as?
Oh, that's smarter.
Go on, what did you
Tan. Oh, beigey, brownie, light something or other. Yeah,
I could just see that in the options. It hasn't got the legendary V6 Busso engine. It has got the 2-litre twin spark, which is still nice enough. The car looks stunning. It says 37,000 miles, but
That's not a lot.
The last MOT says 47,000 miles. So we'll assume that the owners made a deliberate mistake there.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-litre twin spark, but just look at the images on screen, everyone. I think it's absolutely stunning, and it's under £5,000. How could you not want an Alpha 156 that's
It's
under
not red.
£5,000? That's not red. So that is my first one.
Yeah.
Go. He knew it was going to be him next. There isn't like a third person, but he's just...
Right, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, okay, fine. 2016, 5,500 miles, £4,388, Suzuki 600 Bandit.
Sounds good. And it's on screen now, everyone.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about that bike then.
Well, the Bandit got released back in 1990. God, I don't remember. But some time ago, it was the early 90s, the Bandit came out. And Suzuki's new then 600 4-cylinder bike. And it completely changed the biking world, especially its bigger brother, which unfortunately I couldn't get reasonably for that kind of money, was the 1200 Bandit, which was just like, oh.
Well, it's a 1200 for a start off, so...
Yeah, no, agree. But this is the 600. But the point is they are considered, even to this day, even though they stopped doing them back in early 20s, or was it late teens they stopped doing them. But they've been out of production for some time now.
Yeah, okay.
They're still considered to be arguably one of the best, most reliable Suzuki engines they've ever done. That's why they're still so popular. They're an awful lot of fun and they're cheap as chips. And I'll be very happy riding one of them around.
So you wouldn't mind that in the garage?
No, not at all, not at all. Yeah, £4,500 for a 600. Yes, it's only going to have, I think, about 90, 95 brake, probably not even that 85, 90 brake. But for the money and for the reliability, the core reliability of that engine.
And would you have lost it over such a bike when it first came out in 90 it was?
Yes, but bearing in mind, when I did my searching for this, I had criteria. I wouldn't accept something more than, I don't know how many years it was, but there was a strict criteria with regards to my... Yeah, oh, absolutely. Otherwise, you'd end up with stuff that's like 15, 16 years old with like 300,000 miles on the clock.
I'm trying to see if there's anything on mine that's got that, but yeah, that's a fair comment.
Unfortunately, for the benefit of the viewers, apart from the fact they know how slack and unprepared I am, there was a criteria. There was a maximum age, which I think was no older than 2015 or 16.
Yeah, okay.
I think the maximum mileage was no more than 20,000.
Okay. I'm forgetting as a car person though, these are motorbikes.
Yeah.
And without upsetting any motorbicyclists, the bikes tend to be
Motorcyclists.
they tend to be a little lower priced than the cars. Do you know what I've got on my list? You see, I do send
Here's the
a
thing.
list.
Yeah, he does. And you know what this is called, Paul? Lip service. All I do is I read through. I had a quick read through. The only ones I took attention of is where it says, can you please find 5 yourself, please?
Honda Civic Type R.
Are we talking about the very first Type R that came out in late 1990s?
Not the blancmange that came after it. So yes, the first one. It's known
The
as
very first one that's kind of like very rounded.
No, it's known as the EP3.
There's one of two that I'm thinking of that I know, even as a bike person, is considered to be the best classic Type R.
This is the best one. That's why I've chosen
and I
it.
think I know which one it is. But yes, that's the one. Yes.
That's an EP3.
Fine. Yes, definitely that one. Yes.
I've been a bit risque because, of course, we've only got a budget of 5k, haven't we?
But didn't you? This is one thing I do remember, and this is where Paul's going to get a slap on the wrist. This was actually over your budget, but you're convinced you can get it for under budget. Is that right?
No, it's under budget, but there's a caveat.
Go on.
It's a category N. So if people
that means it's been smashed and repaired.
So people that they don't call them now. I think category N has changed to something else. But anyway, long story short, in the UK we have insurance write-off codes, don't we?
Yeah, but they have different codes depending on.
The N is the non-structural.
Oh, okay, fine. So really minor cosmetic-ish.
According to
front
the owner,
right-hand corner smack.
According to the owner, and we all know that owners are always 100% honest on their adverts, everyone. According to the owner, it was a dent on the door and needing a new rear bumper.
Hold on. Let's kind of break this down. Assuming it's one incident, a dent on a door and a new rear bumper. Think about the distance between the door, even if it's the rear passenger door, and the rear bumper. Mm-hmm. And think about the sort of incident that it would have to be in to do both of those at the same time. Yeah. He's lying.
I think it is the ultimate.
Oh, absolutely.
Of its time.
Yeah.
It's well regarded. It's the EP3, so it is literally the best one. And I reckon, well, he's actually asking 4.5.
Oh, get that for £4,000.
I reckon you get that for certainly under £4,000.
I wouldn't do it. I'd probably go 4,100. Sorry, 4,100.
Okay, I'd probably have to start with a 3 in front, even though I said I'd come over all
British. Yeah, no, agreed. You know, it's horses for courses, isn't it?
So is the bike person agreeing?
Go on.
That an EP3 Civic Type
R?
R?
Absolutely. That is by far even better than not the current Civic, but the one before the current Civic. Because the current Civic looks a bit soft, in my opinion. It's a bit like
They've tamed it down a bit, but it's still a hell of a performance car.
It's a bit like the Focus ST. As far as I'm concerned, the best Focus STs are the ones that look like a smack in the face. Because that's the whole point of the car. This is not a subtle car. This is not a car that you bimble around in and go, don't look at me. You want something that's, you know, and the previous Type R, not the current one, you know the one I mean, but the previous one looked like...
It looked mad.
It looked like, wow.
As old people would always quote in the magazines, it looked like it had just gone through a Halford shop window. It's that VTEC engine that doesn't come on stream to about 4,500, 5,000 revs, and it goes all the way to about 7,500, 8,000 revs. They just sound
Does
phenomenal.
It have... I know what a VTEC is, variable towel.
Yep.
Variable timing.
Yeah.
Which means at a certain revs, you've got half...
The cam changes, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then you get to a certain revs, and it basically goes full Monty on you.
Correct.
Does it have what we in the old school... This is another thing about biking engines that really pisses me off. Sorry. In the old days, when engines used to come into their peak power, they used to have a very pronounced power band. It could literally be, probably the same for
like
cars back in the day. Yeah.
On and off.
It's almost like a kick up the arse when you hit that power.
It kind of is.
Whereas in bikes, it used to be very, very pronounced in the 80s and 90s, and now they've smoothed all that shit out.
A bit like an old school turbo car.
Kind of, yes.
Where it didn't really get much till 2,500
Well, when you get
revs,
to the
and then
point,
it went
it'll
on
just
boost.
go bang.
Yeah.
Whereas now in modern engines, especially with motorcycles, they've smoothed it all out. So even though you've still got very quick engines,
It's more linear.
Yes,
progressive.
and it's a little bit
Took
boring.
Took some of the fun away.
It took an awful lot of fun out of it, because I remember, for example, my CBR 600 from back in 1988. It was a 1986, and when you used to hit 7,000 revs, it used to go.
What's your second bike?
Oh, fine.
Consult notes.
Dun dun dun. Oh, ho, 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 wow.
Well, you're going to be excited. You've chose it.
I know. It's really, really weird. But this bike, obviously being a bit of a Triumph fanboy, it's a smaller capacity engine.
Right.
But it's more kind of like, how do I describe it? Kind of like Scrappy-Doo. You've got Scooby-Doo and you've got Scrappy-Doo.
Oh, we're showing our age. Yeah, I remember Scrappy-Doo.
So you've got Scooby-Doo who kind of like conducts himself how he is. And he's kind of almost, it's funny in places, and it can be a little bit exciting, but ultimately he's a little bit boring. And then there's Scrappy-Doo, who is nowhere near as quick or as powerful, but by God, he's an awful lot of fun, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I'd consider this bike to be Scrappy-Doo. And this is the Triumph Trident 660.
Image on screen.
Image on screen. I think it's only got like 75 brake. It's a very simple, pure, naked bike that is an awful lot of fun. And this one, what do they want for it? Yeah, 4,700 quid.
How old is it again?
2071. So 2021. Did I say 2071?
Yeah.
Christ, they've not even built it yet. So 71 plate, 2021, 3,000 miles, 4,700. But the point is, I'll be very happy with a little bike like that. It's not as big or as powerful as I have now. A bit like Mrs. Ack, as you may well know, she's got an MT-07, which is an absolute riot to ride. Again, it's a smaller capacity bike. And there's something about smaller capacity bikes where you can literally, bounce it off the rev limiter. And it's an awful lot of fun. And the way it makes its power tends to be fairly low down. So it's like riding Scrappy-Doo. It's not massively quick or powerful, but it's an awful lot of fun.
We've said
and that
before,
660, yeah, I'll be very happy having that in my garage.
We've said before on video, in the car world, on a good A and B road in the UK,
oh, you don't need a big
you'd rather
bike.
wring the neck off something that hasn't got as much power
Absolutely.
than have something like a Ferrari where
That you couldn't get anywhere near its power.
second
like-
gear is going to be
It's like,
license
I've
busting.
said it before. Do you remember that BMW I had, the S1000R Sport?
I do remember that one.
Yeah. Lovely bike. Actually, ironically, it's not massively powerful. It only had 160 brake, but it was highly geared towards acceleration.
Yeah, so.
But my point is this. Even when I absolutely went hell for leather on it, I'd run out of road long before I run out of revs.
Course, yeah. And you'd run out of license if you kept going.
Yeah. And as fun as it was very annoying because you'd always have to rein it in. Whereas a little bike like that, you could bounce off the rev limiter you could wring its neck. And that's the whole fun. Anyone who knows you've got like a little sports car, a little capacity sports car, like an old 206 GTI, showing our age, or a 500 or a 600 bike, you can ring.
And arguably,
and it's a lot more fun.
With as long as there's enough
A lot more
bends,
fun.
You're
Yeah.
going to cover the ground almost as quick as you would do with the bigger, powerful
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right, because we're talking performance, you're going to like the next one on my list, Ak. The next one on my list is the Ford car.
The Ford KA.
Yeah.
And now I can imagine you'd probably want to own it purely from a classic standpoint.
I'm glad you've used that word because that's going to be an emotive word for some, but yes.
Well, I don't mean classic.
I think it's a
as
classic
in,
now.
We're not talking E-Type Jag, right? I don't mean classic because it's not that kind of classic.
No.
However, in the modern classic world, I think that was a very, very underrated and overlooked car.
In my opinion, an early Ford KA, do you call it KA or car? There's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, that's the whole point. How do Ford...
Oh, I'm going to call it KA, but it's car, is it? It's
When you think about the adverts and Ford themselves, what's their pronunciation?
I don't remember.
Okay, fine.
So, in my world, in the classic car world, there's a lot of people that respect the poverty spec version of a car.
Yeah, so
The
do
one
you.
I've chose isn't quite poverty spec. It's called a car 2. You had a car 2, and a car 3.
Okay. We're not talking like LGL.
So this is mid
gear and all that
that's how
rubbish.
no, they didn't do that for the car. But I love this car particularly because it's a very early one. I think it's only about a year or so after they were launched, so it's a nice early example. The other important thing for me is it's only got 26,000 miles on the clock, and the owner wants £2,000. So when we
That's
think
nothing.
So when we think about what we discussed,
think about the mileage and the condition of the vehicle. £2,000. That's nothing.
But you think what we discussed, you'd probably still go in at 1,500 and see. What
Oh,
happens.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I personally think, even if they're not a classic car now, in my opinion they are, that will definitely be a classic car in the future. Much like early Ford Focus. So this is bike
Interesting.
number 3.
We talk about Mrs. Ack and her MT-07 and the
Yes.
small capacity bikes.
Yes.
With the MT-07, what Yamaha have done in recent years, this engine I think is called a CP3, but I'm probably wrong. But the point is they've got a core engine, a 700cc engine,
Okay.
and they've used the same engine in a handful of bikes, and they're still using it in a handful of bikes.
It's a bit like the Triumph for the 660. That one that you've mentioned
Yeah.
would be fitted to the Tiger Sport 660, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Go on. Sorry.
And other than the base MT-07, which is absolutely a wonderful bike, as you know, Mrs. Ack's got one, and I've been out and, much to her amusement, absolutely rinsed it. Anyway, sorry, moving on. They made a kind of retro-looking version on that chassis, on that engine. It was called the XSR 700, picture on screen now.
Okay.
And it's the same kind of thing. 8,500 miles, 2022, £4,500. But the point is, it looks very 70s.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So it's got a proper clock, not a digital clock.
here's the annoying thing: it will
Ooh.
have a round clock. This is one of my bugbears. Only a few manufacturers still do it. Triumph being one of them on one of their bikes.
Okay.
But you may have round clocks on it, so it looks like proper analog. But no,
it's
it's
all electronic.
effing digital.
Okay. Not a fan.
No. Anyway, so it's got a round clock on it, but it's all digital. But the point is, it looks very 70s and retro. And many have said, because of the way it's set up, by the ergonomics, it handles better than the base MT-07.
Yeah. Okay.
But for me, I'm not really too worried about the handling. I mean, you know, I don't know what
It's
it's
much
like
of
with
a
cars.
muchness, isn't it?
Yeah. It just looks
It's going to be good, isn't it?
beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, so that's bike number 3. It's just a stunning looking little bike.
Again, you can wring its neck.
Oh, absolutely bounce it off the rev limiter.
Note to self: don't purchase a bike that Ack has owned
Yeah,
when
even
the
my,
engine's warm. Next, okay. What brand of car do I like the best?
oh God, what brand of car? I'm going to say British Leyland.
No. Well, it is from a classic point of view. What am I a fanboy? What do I always say I'm a fanboy of? You're a You're a Triumph fanboy.
Oh, don't tell me. It's another Renault Sport.
There you go. So my 4th on this list is a, let's be honest, iconic. 2004, on screen now, Renault Sport Clio 182.
Can you really get a Renault Sport Clio for under £5,000? How old is it?
2004. They're asking just over £3,000 for this.
Wow.
It's because again, although it is a thing, it is also quite an old thing now.
True.
So when you look at it from that point of view, it's an iconic vehicle. Many people watching this, I hope, would agree. We've spoken about A to B road blasts.
Yeah.
You're not going to do much better than a Renault Sport Clio.
No,
182.
you want something small and light, something that's a bit peppy.
Yeah. It's not turbocharged, but
Just
they're
normally
but they're not-
aspirated
but
2
they're
litre.
normally aspirated one. And the 182
In a small little car.
refers to
That sounds
obviously
like it would be an
182.
awful lot of fun.
It would be. I think it's one of Chris Harris's favourite. I was
okay.
waiting for Ack to go. Who's Chris Harris? So
No, I'm aware.
you are aware of
yeah,
Chris
yeah,
Harris.
yeah.
I've got his book. It's a very good book. So this particular one, it looks in great condition, and at the end of the day, 3K.
Wow, you can't argue with that, can you?
I think it'd be hard pressed to have much more fun for £3,000
In a car, anyway.
than sit in a
Yeah.
Clio 182.
Because you can go to certain places and £3,000 will get you a fantastic evening.
Ack obviously frequents places that I don't. So that's car number 4.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's probably my favourite on the list.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
your
yeah.
bike number 4?
Yeah. This is a bike that I've never owned. I've ridden though many years ago. I rode one. It's a bit like your, well, it's another Honda, a bit like your Civic, but it's got a V4 engine in it.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah. 2018, 14,000 miles, 5 grand. It's a Honda VFR 800 VTEC.
And VTEC?
Yeah.
On a bike?
VTEC and a bike, yeah.
I wonder what revs that
It's
cuts
just-
in at.
Pass. It won't rev much more than, I'm guessing, 11 or 12.
Which for a car person is still extreme.
Yeah, agreed. But it's just extraordinarily smooth.
Okay.
Beautiful to ride, handles very, very well, and as you can see from the picture that's been up on screen, it is a beautiful looking motorcycle.
What colour is this one?
This one's jet black.
Okay.
It comes in silver.
Was
also
there an
comes
option of red?
Yes, there is.
I
However,
seem to remember you ordering a bike once and changing.
what,
from
red, black, red, black. Bloody bloody, what colour do you want? Yeah, black. So he writes black on it. All right.
Oh, you're not going to be one of them.
No, so I want red. So he crosses it out and writes red. Like,
You went back to black, didn't
I went
you?
back to black.
Oh,
so
my.
basically, the original invoice said black, red, black, red. Yeah. But the red for this bike just looks a bit cheap.
Okay.
The best looking colours are definitely black and silver
For this bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's black.
Yeah.
And you said it was 5. Are they asking 5k for this?
4995.
4995.
Yeah, but it's just an absolutely beautiful bike. And sometimes I think about actually getting rid of my Triumph and buying one of these because it's not going to be much more powerful. In fact, I think it's got slightly more brake, but it's a lot heavier. Well, not a lot heavier, but heavier enough to kind of even out the power to weight ratio.
Yeah,
so the performance would be very similar. But it's just a completely different ride. It's more of a sporty position.
Not the sit up and beg as this car person always calls it.
No, it's not sit up and beg. It's not sports bike, it's just kind of slightly off naked, whereas naked is kind of almost sit up and beg, but you tend to be canted a little bit further forward because it's a bit more of a sporty bike.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas this is somewhere between naked and full-on sports bike. Full-on sports bike is just too much for someone of our age.
What age
it's
what
not.
age is that? Are we talking physical or mental?
Well, if you can have a bike just to piss about on for half an hour or a couple of hours on a Sunday afternoon, you'd want a sports bike because they're just Looney Tunes.
The fact that after a couple of hours it would be uncomfortable.
Massively uncomfortable. So yeah, this VFR 800 is kind of halfway between naked and sports bike.
Okay.
So,
But it's made your list and it's bike number 4.
yeah.
So for me, if you think of the type of cars I've picked so far,
Yeah, all little sporty,
yeah,
little cars.
they tend to be little cars. It's interesting that you've said that. So for the last one,
It's Bentley.
it could have been. For this last one, I'm going to go a little bit mad, and I'm going to keep my
Little bit?
just a little, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed
Why?
that after buying it, I don't get a warning light on the dash, because if I do,
Must be British Leyland then.
no, but if I do, it might need to contact Nationwide and get a second mortgage to get
Oh,
it repaired.
really? Oh,
Because it
interesting.
is a S-Class Mercedes 500, so it's a big 5-litre Mercedes S-Class.
S500.
That's the big one.
So hang on, why would it cost so much money then if an engine warning light
It's
come
a
on?
big 5-litre machine with computers
And it's
everywhere,
German.
and you just know that it's going to be expensive, don't you, if
okay.
it goes wrong. But while it's working, it's going to be the height of luxury. Put a private plate on, no one's really going to know exactly what age it is unless you're a car nut. And that engine, 5-litre engine,
It's going to be
is
smooth
gonna be
as.
absolutely wonderful.
I'm guessing it'd be quite
It would be
effortlessly
quick.
powerful.
It would be quick. And apparently, the first owner of this car, now I'm not a football person, so this means nothing to me, so I'm going to have to read it, and as I'm a Brummie, I'm going to pronounce the name wrong. The previous owner of this car was someone called Gerhard Haulier, which was the Liverpool Football Club manager, apparently. Now, I wouldn't be buying it for that reason.
From like 20 years ago.
Probably. Ain't going to be in the last couple of years, is it? But whoever this Gerard or whatever Haulier is, He is apparently, or was, a Liverpool Football Club manager. I don't follow football, so I don't really know. I've heard of Liverpool Football Club. And they're asking 5k. So again, what you're getting is a limousine-style comfort. Big four-door saloon German car with a lovely, big, smooth engine that's, when it's working, will be absolutely phenomenal. That's my last one. That's 5 cars. Not all small.
No.
What's your last bike, sir?
My last bike is arguably, would it be the one that I would, if you said to me, right, you can only have one of the bikes.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Which one would be the absolute one at the end? Yeah, we can do that.
This one arguably would be the one.
Yeah, okay. I'll try and do the same with mine.
And again, it's a Honda, because I'm a Honda fanboy. My first bike was a Honda. Unfortunately, I don't own a Honda right now.
But you will.
It's another VTEC.
Okay.
It's the VFR 1200X
Okay.
Cross Tourer. It's an adventure bike, but the reason why I like this is because A, it's a Honda. B, as you can see from the picture, it's a beautiful looking bike.
So this one is a sit up and beg if it's an adventure bike.
Yes,
then,
absolutely. Yeah. But the older I get, the more appealing this is becoming to me, and this is basically the final drive of the motorcycle.
Yeah,
99% of bikes, as you know, are chain driven.
Yeah, okay.
And they are painful to maintain because you keep them clean, lubricate them, adjust them.
But it obviously works if 95%.
Now, the reason why it works, and most bikes like that, is because it's that type of drive that loses the least amount of power from the transmission to the back wheel.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Whereas the next one, what this is, loses more power, but it's completely maintenance free, bar an oil change every now and then.
Yeah.
That's a shaft drive.
Yeah, okay.
Which I quite like the look of shaft drives, and the fact that you don't have to clean and adjust them. You just change the oil every however many thousand miles.
Yeah.
And we all know how easy it is to change oil. There's no filters. It's literally take the filler cap off, undo the bolt at the bottom, let it drain out, put the bolt at the bottom back on, fill it up to whatever the manufacturer says.
And you go.
Put the drain plug back, put the plug back in the top, and you're done. And you only get to do that, I don't know, I'm guessing it'll be something like 6,000 or 12,000 miles.
Okay.
Whereas on a chain, you're supposed to feck about with it every 500 miles.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
And even more if it's peeing down with rain. So in theory, after you go out for a ride in the rain, you're supposed to come back and clean and adjust it.
Oops. Ironically,
no chance.
Ironically, as a car person, I prefer engines that are that have a chain than have a cam belt.
Oh, cam chain rather than cam belt.
Yeah.
Is that because with a cam belt will give, won't it? Whereas a cam chain, I'm guessing, will be more...
Theoretically, it can last the life of the engine, whereas the cam belt will have to be changed, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, VFR 1200X
It
Cross
sounds
Tourer.
stunning. I can't yet see it, but of course it's on screen again
and
now.
the engine as well. Its shaft drive's got 135, I think, brake horsepower.
Okay, which is plenty.
And apparently it's really rather rapid. But the only bad thing about it is it's very heavy for what it is, and apparently the weight's very top heavy.
Oh, okay.
So, but other than that, still, I still
But an
would have one.
experienced rider's going to know what to do with that.
Yeah,
aren't they?
agreed. So, maybe they can tell me what to do with it.
So out of the 5 bikes, if you can only pick one,
It'll be the Cross Tourer.
it's the one that's back on screen now.
Yeah.
I think mine's a tough decision with the choices. I'd have the Renault Sport.
Shocker.
On that note, everyone, thanks for watching. Let us know what you'd pick if it was under 5k.
Whether you agree with any of our choices.
Well, yeah.
But more specifically, my choices, because yours are all cack.
Where is car or bike? See you on the next one.